Lantern Magician. I'm Jay, your guide to cut through the hype and actually master your EOS M. In the previous episode, we got you up and running with Magic Lantern. Now, let's shoot your first real clip. And trigger warning, it won't win you an Oscar, but it will teach you more than any gear review ever could. Cause this time, it's your footage, your decisions, your mistakes, and your lessons. This isn't point-and-shoot territory. Getting a cinematic image out of any RAW camera, whether it's a $60,000 rig or this EOS M, takes skill. Yeah, we've all been there. You get a camera in your hands and start pointing at everything. Trees, the sky, random objects. And the only thing you're gonna shoot is yourself in the foot. See, before you rush out trying fancy shots, let's lock in the basics. Composition, exposure, and focus. Nail these three and you're gonna be ahead of people who talk gear all day but never shoot. Setup indoors where you control everything. Place a simple object on a table. Add a second or third object at different distances for depth. Natural light might sound tempting, but unless the sky is stable, you'll be fighting shifting exposure in places where the sky changes every few seconds. It'll drive you mad. So use artificial light. A desk lamp works. No shifting conditions, no distractions, just you, the camera, and the basics. Don't guess it, control it. First, aperture, wider, more light and more blur. Second, ISO, higher, brighter, but noisier. Third, ND filter, sunglasses for your lens, essential outside, skip indoors. 4. Shutter speed. Leave it at 1/50th for now. 5. Light. Move it, block it, shape it. And what about focus? You are all manual now. Magnifier tool, no autofocus crutches. And when it comes to composition, these simple geometrical framing concepts will do light years more for your footage than the camera itself. And if you want me to break these down in their own video with, just drop a comment below and I'll make it happen. Once you start applying these, even the simplest setup will suddenly feel cinematic. And lastly, you've probably seen setups like this. Honestly, forget about all that for now. This is the last nano% of perfection, totally irrelevant at your stage. I'll explain exactly why in episode 7, but for now, just cut it and focus on learning to shoot. Alright, enough theory, let's actually put this all into practice. And don't forget to download your free EOS M Blueprint Starter Kit, link below. It's the companion guide for this series, always updated when new episodes drop. Alright, here's what we got. We got our objects, we got an EOS M, we got another EOS M filming the back of the first EOS M, 2 different lenses to see if that makes any difference, and let's start where everyone starts, by turning on our overhead room lights. And second, to simulate a beginner, I have not used a tripod. I'm trying to pull this off handheld, as you can see, which is very difficult. So now I'm acquiring focus by pressing the half shutter and moving the focus ring. And also you'll notice there's a lot of grain already there on the preview, and trying to lower the ISO, but I think I need all of those 3200 because this overhead light just isn't very strong, even in combination with this desk lamp there. Trying another angle, and that doesn't look too bad, but how about throwing some money at it? So instead of the kit lens that we've been using, let's use a Sigma that's almost 10 times the price. See if we get 10 times the image. Alright, here we go. So first thing you'll notice is that we dropped from f6.4 to f1.4, which is crazy. And that allows us to lower that ISO. And now we're at 400. And I try to acquire focus here as well. And I think I'll bump it up just a bit, maybe to 800 looks good. Check the focus again here with the half shutter. And let's hit record. And in some ways, look, there's a lot less grain. Here we color corrected, but it doesn't look nice, does it? Look, the blur is now so crazy that we don't even know where this is. This doesn't even look like a desk anymore. It could be anywhere. And the depth of field is so thin that other object is completely blurry also, even though it's almost on the same pane. And most certainly it doesn't look like 10 times the image, does it? So let's switch things up. So instead of a fancy lens, let's bring in the cheapest softbox you can find on AliExpress and the cheapest RGB light you can find, or maybe the second cheapest, and see what that does to our image. We're back on the kit lens, and already on this back screen here, it looks light years better. And the ISO, I can, even though it's the same kit lens, we had to bump up to like 3200 if I remember correctly. We seem to be getting away with 800 now, and there's a lot less grain. Let's try, well, yeah, just see how it goes with 800. Press record. Wow. Now that looks a lot more like I envisioned it. So let's rearrange the set a little bit. See, the lamp is a little bit blown out there, but that doesn't matter because I'm gonna cut it off later in the edit. Acquire the focus again. And the aim here is to make just a nice composition, basically, you know, that could be part of a movie. And I think that could be part of a movie. I mean, question is what movie hero would, you know, have these items on his desk. And now I'm, you know, trying to focus on the foreground item there, just for a different look. I raised the ISO for that because I want to bring this green out. I can lower the blue later, but I really want to focus on the plant. So because it's kind of dark, I spiced up the ISO for that shot. And now I'm doing something cool. I angle the whole camera array, get my focus, and then I'm planning to slide it over the desk, see if that gives a kind of a funky effect. And if you wonder how I got any good at all of this filming stuff and Magic Lantern is that I just was like a kid in the sandbox, and every time I got bored I brought out the camera and filmed things, trying to make them look good. Like so, just moving them around, bringing in a little light, moving the object, arranging the scene, maybe cleaning up the background. See, before I shot this scene, I rearranged those folders there to look like more decent. And now let's step it up even further with something I'll talk about more in depth later in the series, and it's called stabilization. Remember where we started? Kit lens, no lighting, no plan. Then we had the fancy lens, and now look what just a few smart steps did do. Filmmaking is a journey. And the moment you realize that skill and a few well-chosen tools can completely transform your work, something shifts. You stop thinking like a buyer, and you start thinking like a filmmaker. And most people out there, they're still doing the exact opposite. Chasing the latest hype machine. Like buying a Lamborghini and driving at 20 miles an hour to the post office. Don't be that guy. Grab the PDF and actually make something. Next episode, who this camera is actually for and who should walk away.